So John, with the physical venues that we play at, there's obviously each venue is unique to itself regarding power, stage size, lighting, you know, outlets, all that kind of stuff, riders, maybe insurance requirements, things like that. How do you approach each venue, and what's the best way to communicate to make sure that you have the right information going into it?
Well, that's a great question, and it does come up for every single event. You know, we have, both of us, decades of experience with this, and yet I'm still always amazed that there's always a new venue on hand. Like, they crop up all the time, and wonderful, beautiful sites being built for events. And so if I'm unfamiliar with the venue, I will address, they'll sometimes ask me, they already know, like, how much space do you all need? And I can give them an idea, but I say, but look, that's flexible. Here's our requested space to have the full 10 pieces. We can adjust the size of the band sometimes, but also we're creative with how we use space. And so don't fret. You can tell them these numbers, but don't worry too much about it. And I can even interface with the venue to make sure we can make it work. Power is important, though.
Yes.
If we don't have at least 4 dedicated circuits that they're not going to be putting a blender on or something, or a light machine,
an outdoor kitchen or something, yes,
a hot pad or whatever. If they don't if they don't give us 4 circuits at least, and we request 5, then we're going to start blowing fuses, and they can't be too far away.
Correct.
So sometimes, in some circumstances, we've had to deal with getting helping them locate a place to get a generator or something like that. But basically, power, a minimal amount of space, and then if I'm unfamiliar with the venue, I'll try to ask about what do we have ramped entry, what's the load in, because I'm very considerate of the crew bring in our PA and lights. They have some very heavy stuff that all rolls, and if they can't, it's not like backing in an 18-wheeler.
Right.
They have to have ramped entrance, or we're going to run into some stressful moments. And we have had events a couple times where, like, literally they're not sure they can make it happen because they get there and it's like, whoa. So space, load in, but again, like I said, sometimes even with small setups with the full band, we've done some really creative things, like using part of the band playing on the patio during dinner if they're going to split people up, split up where they are.
In other words, if you give them a stage size and the venue can't accommodate exactly that size, it shouldn't
doesn't
deter
mean it's
them
over.
because it can be.
It can actually be kind of fun to be right around mixing with the people and have the horns right there and stuff like that. So I just say, here's our starting place, but let me scope this out with you, and maybe we can find a creative way to make it work.
I would also add to the venue commentary that sound ordinances is very important to know about in advance,
especially if it's outside,
or if they have somebody that's literally walking around with a dB reader or something, to know that in advance is a good thing. And also if they have like a hard cutoff, like it's a 10 o'clock hard cutoff, no exceptions. Those are things that it's good for the client to know when they're hiring live entertainment at their venue, and also for us to be prepared as well.
And it has to, that's helpful to know as you're even making the contract, because what if you have times that don't sync with that?
Exactly, yeah.